We tell behind-the-scenes stories of the fire service and people involved in this fire service. And I've got a good story for you today about a fellow that Doug and I worked with. We used to have a cartoon that used to hang in the stations of a guy with a poor posture and shirts like this with a cigarette with
before and after
with the ash coming off, and it underneath it said, "Don't look like you go into blazes."
Yeah,
remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So this guy could have modeled for that
like he'd gone to the blazes.
Yeah. He'd been there and liked it. And he was at a station, a very nice guy though, and very competent firefighter. He was at a station that for about 7 or 8 years. And this was at a time, this story takes place at a time when in our city, we had some older equipment, older aerials. And one of them went around the corner and the front axle broke. And, it caused it, luckily they were going slow around the corner, so it didn't cause a lot of damage to anybody or anything. They managed to stop it. But when they went around and checked a number of the others, they found a 1 or 2 that were cracked. Other axles that were cracked, so they replaced those. And then just due to the age, maybe, or the era of manufacture,
Maybe.
But I was working with this guy at this one station, and it had a telesquirt. Now, a telesquirt's a heavy truck because it carries 300 gallons of water. It has a pump on it, and it also has a small overhead ladder that it can use for an aerial platform or aerial to shoot water down on something. But this guy was a driver for this truck and maintained the vehicle 100%. So he was keeping his eye out for cracks, and he got on his little skidder and one morning went underneath his truck to do his daily check. And holy bejeez, whatever it was, he found the axle and there was a small crack in it. So my goodness, he went up and reported it, and we took the truck out of service and that. We had a pump there, so we all just transferred over to the pump. And I had an idea. We'd just gotten a new female deputy chief. It was quite controversial.
Doesn't matter what her name is.
No, I won't say anything. But anyways, I had an idea. So I went and called my wife, and I said, "Listen, Nancy, call the fire station. Pretend you're this new deputy chief. Tell them, ask for Peter. Pretend you're this new deputy chief, and tell them that our TV station, local TV station, is going to be there. Congratulate him for finding the crack, and that the local TV station was going to be there at 1 o'clock. She was coming with him at 1 o'clock, and she was letting him know. It was about 10 o'clock, 10:30, and she said, "Look sharp." And she hung up the phone. Well, Pete came out of that phone booth in a panic because
how does he doesn't even know how to spell sharp. Look at
like his locker looked like in the old Charlie Schultz pigpen thing. It was, you opened it up and there was just clothes crumpled and spread over, and his shoes would have taken a shine to them if he wanted to put them on. So for the rest of the morning, he's out opening up other guys' lockers that are his size and trying to find
clothes to fit him
that look half decent, right? And finally he gets it, and we finish lunch, and Peter goes down at 1 o'clock, or this guy goes down at 1 o'clock, and he's walking up and down the apparatus line. He's waiting for the CFPL trucks, and it didn't come in.
Oh.
And it didn't come in. And finally, about 1:45, he walks upstairs and he says, "I think I've been had. I think he..." He said, "Oh, geez, nobody would do that, would they?" No, he says, but about 4 months later, my wife gets a card in the mail. And they opened it up, and it was a picture of the witch from The Wizard of Oz on her front like this. And you opened it up, and it said, "I'm going to get you and your little Bobby, too."
Little Bobby.
So that was quite the quite the thing to do.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, you talk about pranks, and we've been sharing pranks off and on all through the episodes and that. But things change when you become an officer in the station, and the prank gets pulled on you. And I tell you, I had the prank pulled on me.
And it's the most fun to pull pranks on officers. It's much more fun to pull them on officers.
It is. But I had this driver, he was an acting driver going through the station, driving me on my vehicle. And we're getting ready for supper, and he's chopping up carrots. And he's got these carrots. And he's got this knife, and it's so sharp, like you just look at it and it'll cut you. And he's cutting these carrots up so fast, and he clank, clank, clank. And I said to him, slow down with the cutting the carrots. Like, geez, you're gonna lose your finger with that thing. Oh, I'm okay, Cap, I'm okay. And with that, he snaps the carrot. He goes, oh! I went behind my back, and I look at him, oh, geez, here goes the paperwork, like that. Anyways, I turn around, I look, and he's got ketchup, and he's got the ketchup and the paper towel around his finger. He's holding his finger. Oh, I think it's all gone. I think I lost the end of my finger, like that. And I go, oh, why did you do that? I said, I told you, like that. Anyhow, it was a prank.
Yeah, it was a prank. You had to pull on you.
Oh, yeah. It's not so funny when you're on the receiving end as an officer.
No, you know, if it's done well, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
One well done.
Payback's a bitch.
For sure. Anyways, thank you for tuning in this week. If you tune in, we post every Friday. If you liked it, please press the like button. If you would like us to come to your mailbox every Friday when we post, please subscribe. Until next Friday, we'll see you then.